have the smite. Only 21 on it though, so a better smite from Razork, and Razork will secure it. The Eye sitting there, Wonder trying to get away from this as he pops the needlework, but he's scooped back with the Emperor's Divide, and Wonder will pay for that secure of the Herald with his life.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say still overall worth for Fnatic, but Heretics deny the Eye, which means that Reckless will secure.
Yanko's going to meet up with Razork here. Realm Warp coming in though as Humanoid looks for the chase. Locked down with a cease and desist. The Cyclone clone though knocking up Wonder. Not enough. The All Out though will pull Wonder back underneath the tower. 2 tower shots not enough to kill him off. Evie will fall to Humanoid. And Fnatic finally on the board.
Good punish there from Fnatic. We finally get to see an effective roam out from Humanoid towards the top side of the map. And look at this in the mid lane. Reckless and Rux there to catch the wave. Means that Ruby won't be able to push this into too much. But the bot lane, Jack Spectra. Oh, and then the TP out from Humanoid. Okay, great lane assignments there overall from Fnatic. Wonder going to secure another plate. And overall, Fnatic actually ballooning this gold lead. Earlier we were saying that it was a pretty slow early game, not a huge amount being built for Fnatic, but they were getting small advantages. Now they've really ballooned that, in particular in the top lane. Wonder finds himself in a very commanding position. Jack Spectra going to move over to mid, catch this wave. But Fnatic definitely find the early advantages that they were looking for. And this is something that we haven't really seen from them so far this split.
Yeah, they've really struggled in the early game, and often giving their opponents quite a few advantages. But that Humanoid roam there, teamed up with Razork Cease and Desist, was absolutely perfect to shut down Jankos. And now, going to get 8 Dragon off the back of it as well. We've already seen what a Gwen can do into a Cassante in the last game between G2 and Vitality here. Wonder has a 1.2k gold lead, Riftmaker well on its way. And Heretics, licking their wounds a little bit. You do have Ruby, who has that Luden's finished. You have Azeri, you have late game. Yamato talked a lot about the power of the Braum into the short range that can come out from Fnatic. A little bit more expensive, but Razork was able to avoid it as Evie tries to get away here. Chain of Corruption will land, but no one really able to get onto the tower yet. The needleworks, though, the range that Fnatic can play is absolutely gargantuan as Humanoid tries to escape here and will be able to phase rush his way away. Ruby looking for the final soldier. Will secure that kill. 1-for-1 trade, but the tower going over to Fnatic.
Ruby did have to commit the flash, but as you rightly said, Fnatic secure a kill and a tower in top lane. Heretics looking to do the same thing in mid. Of course, that tower's still very healthy. I don't know how quickly that one's going to go down. Lane assignments are a bit awkward right now. You don't really want your AD carry playing into Wonder because it sets up for the play that we saw in top lane. Rux, though, getting the tower. Ooh, hang on a second.
I mean, that was very greedy, Rux. He's going to have to flash away. Even our observers knew as good. He's like, he's going. He's going to zoom in on him quickly.
Yeah, I think it was... Well, the reason why I think it was a mistake is because the rest of his team wasn't there. I think the idea is because there was no minions.
Yeah, it's
he was like, oh, the tower's still alive. I can CC him under tower. This will be fine because then my teammates will come in a second. But then the tower died, I think, faster than he was expecting. And then he had to flash. Not the end of the world, though. Cagel told me that on a lot of champions, it's better not to have flash because Hex Flash can be a great tool.
Yep.
Whether that's true for Leona, up for debate, but let's just assume the Rux didn't want his flash and instead prefers Hex Flash.
I think it's fine, you know, out of their map to try and get this mid lane tower. The Dragon is up in 2 seconds time, and now Fnatic will use their mid prio to try and walk down here. In fact, they're going to use the Realm Walk. Mercer a little bit out of position as Chase comes in with the cease and desist. Ruby's going to go in with the Emperor's Divide as well as Razork's locked, but without the rest of his team. Razork will fall, but so far it's 2-for-1 in favor of Fnatic. Wonder now doing some damage, but Jack Spectra with the Lightning Crash is building up those stacks pretty lickety-split as he continues to wail away on Rux. Lightning after lightning, not quite enough as Evie on the backline can't, well, die at all apparently as he gets double kill. Jack Spectra still trading with Reckless and Rux, and in a 2v1 he might be able to win this one, but instead he jumps away. Long range arrow from Rux, from Reckless in fact. Oh, he flashes for it! He didn't do the maths.
I mean, still, again, another quick Q coming out from Reckless means that another kill goes into Fnatic's back pocket, but we're back on the fight.
The players heard us, they keep fighting. Cease and desist once again onto the backline. Ruby has been locked up and taken out by Razork before the fight even really begins. Evie down as well, and Team Heretics have to retreat. Flashes away. Dragon now for Fnatic. The game has come alive.
Back-to-back fights going in favor of Fnatic. It seems that Heretics haven't quite reached that point in the game where they feel strong enough, but also a lot was used. You can see the ultimate not even available for Ruby, not available for Jankos, not available for Jack Spectra. Heretics were just not in a position where they could really fight, whereas Fnatic didn't really need those to find a successful play. Overall, great stuff from Fnatic. They secure another Drake, they secure more kills, and right now, this is looking like a very convincing game for Fnatic. And we talked about it. The early game from Fnatic has not looked good. But with a convincing early game, Fnatic looking much better. The question is, can they convert this now into a big win?
You can see Jankos trying to use the movement speed you get from the blue smite as he comes out of the bushes there. Commonly seen on Wukong for that exact purpose. He keeps trying to run forward here. Does have the smite, can steal this away from Humanoid. I don't think Humanoid, even with that Rod of Ages, will do 1,200 damage, and that's what the smite does for Jankos here. So should just be able to steal away this blue. One more auto. Not smiting it yet. He does take it as Razork comes across the wall.
I think I just heard Mercer say, amazing steal.
Hey, you gotta pick up your friends, man. This is the sort of positive masculinity I'm a fan of.
I can't confirm that that's exactly what I heard, but that's kind of what it sounded like. And I just don't know. That, you know, that's wholesome. You know what I mean? Encourage your teammates. You know what I mean? It's good. Lift each other up.
Should do it in cast as well. Just like,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
You do you, man.
That was good, man.
That was good, Medic. That was good.
Fetty. Your name's Fetty. My name's Medic. I'm just doing it to myself now. It was a long off-season of reminding myself I'm a valid person, you know?
You are valid.
It's true. So are you.
Thanks. I love how we both just acknowledge that we're valid.
Anyway. Jankos now. Oh, is it going to be a good steal again? Or is he going to get caught out? Gets to the blast cone. Razork looks for the cease and desist, but now Razork's in the midst of all of Team Heretics. Jack Spectre with the lightning crash, putting the damage down. The Unbreakable blocks any route for Fnatic to get into the fight, and Razork took a one-way ticket to Pain Town there, and Heretics might be taking a one-way ticket to the Baron.
And look at that, Jankos and Mercer working together beautifully. The flash from Jankos, and Mercer immediately dived into the choke point, threw out his ultimate through the shield up, providing both protection while also making it very difficult for Fnatic to actually follow up. It seems that Heretics are a little concerned about committing to the Baron, but now they will begin. No jungler up, 10 more seconds on Razork. Let's see how quickly Heretics can melt through this objective.
So Ruby still has his ultimate, Ebby has his as well. Mercer's down to 200 HP. The Baron a little bit tankier than perhaps they thought it was. 96 HP Mercer fell down to there. And
you kind of need your jungler to tank it, I feel. The changes that they made to the whole jungle item thing and the reduced damage that you take. Mercer ends up losing his life, and now Fnatic have good position. They have a wave in mid lane. They could threaten the tower. They're not quite. Fnatic can't quite steal away the red buff.
Good secure, Jack Spectre. Gets his red buff.
No, he does. Yeah. Ends up just being a kill trade. Well, not even a kill trade. It just ends up being a kill. Heretics. And both teams now looking to reset. They need to go back, spend some of their gold. They sacrificed 2 towers in bot lane. The fight was awkward because they couldn't really turn, which meant that Fnatic got a bunch of kills. And like, we'll have a look back at this. Look at the ultimate that comes out from Reckless. It lands in such an awkward spot for Heretics. It's like it's straight out to Envy, and now you've got all these people that need to try and get away from the Varus ultimate. And Ruby's forced to disengage. Jankos is stunned up. Mercer can't really protect anyone. He's just shielding nothing, really. And then the AD carry ends up getting locked down. A very easy fight for Fnatic to play. They're going to convert this into the Dragon. And yeah, okay, they lost the Baron. It will make sieging a little bit harder. But overall, a big blunder there from Heretics, and Fnatic more than happy to take advantage.
That they are. And Heretics now staying down the face of a 5,000 gold deficit. Fnatic in a very strong position to close this one out and get themselves to 3-3. And if we do have a look at the standings, which I believe we have ready, can have a look at what that really means for...
Bot wave is in a good spot for Heretics. And now they're looking to have him group up with the team. The TP flank coming in from the Gwen.
Cease and desist onto Jack Spectre. Now Jack Spectre takes Razork the long way around. Lightning Crash coming down as well. Jack Spectre and Razork fighting off towards the top side, but Wonder with that flank is in the perfect position to isolate the AD carry. Jack Spectre tries to dash back across and does manage to make it to his team. He's somehow still alive. He cleanses, he dashes, he dances away. And Jack Spectre survived for long enough for Heretics to win out the fight. That was gorgeous from the Heretics AD carry.
But Heretics actually won that fight. That's unbelievable. Jack Spectre played that about as well as he could. He bought so much time for Heretics to regroup, and Ruby was just able to freely dish out damage. Yamato talked about it on the desk. The whole win condition for Heretics is just group and fight. And this was the first time where they could get a very clean 5v5, effectively front-to-back team fight. But huge credit to Jack Spectre for buying so much time. Now Heretics can just reclaim some control back on the map. They can take away the threat of a Dragon Soul. They can now set up for the Baron. I'm I'm shocked.
Yeah,
I am shocked that Heretics...
Let's have another look, because I was only watching Jack Spectre's half HP. Razok, though, locked up in his Q animation. Cyclone coming in as well. Tries to go in with the cease and desist, but it's not enough. The stopwatch from Jankos stops the damage from the piercing arrow from Reckless, and that's another kill.
And Razok just gets picked again. We saw him get picked in the bot side jungle. We're seeing him get picked just trying to clear out a ward. He thought that he was safe because Wonder was pushing out top lane. Ebby, though, looking for a fight with Wonder.
Do you win these? So... Okay.
I'm just going to assume...
He's got Force of Nature, so he can run away really quickly after Humanoid puts some damage down. 6 stacks, now he goes in with the all-out.
Humanoid.
No way! Can Cassandra just do this? The guy's level 8. Okay, no, he can't.
Varus did help.
The Baron steal is possible, Betty. Oh no, there's no one near. The Heretics going to take this. Okay. Well, Heretics get the Baron in exchange for Ebby's life, and that's a trade the Shrimp will be very happy to make.
Do you know, this is actually called the Huni Baron. Well, technically it's not because there's a jungler dead, but the principle is that you have a champion with TP pushing in a bot lane, 2 people then come to kill that person, and while the 2 people are killing that person, you then do the Baron. Okay. This was a very common thing when Huni was on Fnatic in 2015. Yeah. Fun fact for you there. But yeah, that will be a Baron for Heretics. This has been a very strange game. Let's kind of do a quick recap. Fnatic found themselves with a 2k gold lead pretty early on. They were kind of... There was a couple trades back and forth overall, but Fnatic were punishing some pretty significant mistakes. Heretics overcommitted to a Baron that while they did get it, they ended up losing a lot on the map. Yep. But then Fnatic got picked a little bit. Wonder was still a monster in the side lane, but it didn't really matter. Bear in mind, there are 2 exposed inhibitors right now for Heretics. Yet Heretics were able to win a single fight, and now Jack Spectre has a GA.
Yep.
Now, the gold advantage is still in favor of Fnatic, but I don't really think it matters.
Yeah, 1,000 gold at this point, I really don't think matters too much. The big thing is Wonder is still massive. Like, a 4-item Gwen is still the monster that a 4-item Gwen has always been.
Yeah, but that's a 4-item Zeri.
But Fnatic have 4 members on the top side of the map here, and that's an open inhibitor. Jack Spectre's going to try and open up the mid lane, and he'll do exactly that with the Baron buff. Vector's trying to defend against it, but he really can't do too much. Healing from the Immortal Shurbo will top Jack Spectre back up. Now, Humanoid is waiting. Does Humanoid realm warp him when they try and fight Wonder? I think the answer is yes. Does this happen in the mid lane as well? Yes, Jack Spectre's going to die. He just goes into the GA. There's no one here to defend him. Heretics sent everyone back to try and deal with Wonder. And it's a trade of shutdowns, 2 for 1 in favor of Heretics.
I just need a second to process. Okay, hang on. Hang on. I'm sure...
Do you want me just to do some talking while you process?
Well, just do the dragon thing, you know.
Yeah, so dragon up in 15 seconds will be sold for Fnatic. Soul point for Heretics. Now, Heretics did just lose their AD carry, but there's only 40 seconds on him. Humanoid up in 40, Wonder as well. They both have TP, so they'll be able to get to the fight.
Be pushing into our base, but then Jack Spectre's just pushing alone. So, I mean, I guess it ends up being an even trade overall, but Heretics walk away with the dragon. In any case, Ebby's now in danger.
No Ghost, because remember, he used it earlier, trying to get away from this, but already he's chunked down to half HP. All out going in as well. Jack Spectre going in with the lightning crash. Some damage with the Emperor's Divide as well. Ruby tries to get on the backline. Wonder now trying to do what he can, but he's already fallen. Ruby goes down as well, but Rux and Razork are bleeding, ticking away. Jankos dives in. There's another as Rux goes down. Now Humanoid the next target, and he will fall too. Razork trying to escape, but Jankos not going to let him. In the end, only Reckless stands. The final Fnatic hope you feel here. He charges up an arrow. He can't kill off Jack Spectre. He tries to get away from Jankos, but he will not escape today. The shutdown to Jankos, and Heretics get the ace.
And it's just another 5v5 fight, and what a beautiful ultimate from Ruby, landing onto, I think, 3, 4, maybe even 5 members, just completely tore apart this Fnatic lineup. But with those death timers, Heretics is looking to end the game.
Who is up? Wonder in 17 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know if they can actually end.
I think it's double inhib angle. Ebby tanking the tower here will at least be the mid inhib. The bot inhib is going to fall as well. Rux
I think they should recall. Yeah.
I agree with you, Betty. They will do exactly that. As soon as they split their focus, you have to feel they were aiming to go back. Baron up in a minute, and we'll have another look at that bot lane.
Yeah, so if we can also get some slow-mo observers when we actually do get to see Ruby's ultimate. The initial idea here from Fnatic is really good, but watch what Ebby does here. He shields up, ults away to create space, and then keep track of Ruby in the fight. I'm trying to find him myself. Able to dash in from the backline, completely catches Fnatic off guard. 4 members end up getting hit, and this just creates so much space for Jack Spectre to tear apart this Fnatic lineup. Reckless is doing what he can from the back lines, but the threat that is this Varus is just so much weaker than it was compared to earlier in the game. The Rise doesn't quite have the range to match the damage that's coming out from Heretics. And now finally Heretics have found themselves with the gold lead.
It's the power of the Unbreakable as well. Anathema's chains finished on Mercer. Wouldn't be surprised if that's on Humanoid at all, just to reduce any of that damage coming out. Could of course be on Reckless as well. There's a few targets that you could prioritize here. Now, Fnatic going to try and step forward towards this Baron. Vision Denial, the name of the game. Baron started by Heretics, already down to 6,000 HP. Razork trying to get in the pit. Is he gonna steal it all? Ruby takes it instead. Razork cease and desists. Jack Spectra, but he's not really gonna be able to do too much. And then Divide on the backline as Evie distracts three members of Fnatic. Jack Spectra on a killing spree as Razork will fall. Evie in the midst of four is unkillable, unstoppable. Cassante delivering presence to Team Heretics. Call him Cassanta because he is delivering the win.
Heretics with another massive team fight, and they just played the fight beautifully. I thought the Wonder was going to decimate Heretics on the back line, but a good ultimate once again from Ruby stops him from getting onto the back line, and it secures the team fight win for Heretics. They're looking to go 3-3. They're looking to bring back this game and secure a massive win over Fnatic.
What a win it would be. Gets them out of that danger zone on their way to the group stage. Fnatic, though, after an early lead, still trying to hang on to some sort of hope. They do still have strong carries. Rise and Gwen at this stage in the game are nothing to be trifled with. The chain of corruption coming out, but Fnatic's Nexus towers are under siege and they have fallen. Wonder pops the stopwatch, but pop goes the Nexus. Team Heretics claim the victory.
What a chaotic game from both sides. But at the end of the day, Heretics, they stayed true to their win condition. Jack Spectra needs to be given so much credit for that win. His individual play off the back of that single